Alright, so I'm going to do a quick first impressions video for Batman Arkham Knight. Now, I've played about, I don't know, 4 hours-ish of the game, I'd say. I played into the story up till the point where I saved the second Ace Chemicals worker and brought him back to Gordon, and I didn't go back into Ace Chemicals yet. That's where I left off. So I want to give my thoughts on it because I feel like a lot of people are going to be doing that, so I wanted to do that. Yeah, got all my stuff here. I just got that shirt today. Arkham Knight. I still don't know who he is, and I'm going to mention a few things about him and some other characters and stuff that has happened in the game so far. So, my first impressions. First off, Scarecrow is absolutely terrifying. I will say that intro with the sort of zombie not really zombies, but just like the fear talks, like this stuff is real. This is not some oh, you're gonna have like a nightmare for a little bit. No, this thing is gonna last a long time, and you are gonna be scared. Like that cop saw some monsters that were ready to eat at his face, and they had teeth, and they were just starting to beat them to death. That's why he started shooting them. So that was really cool. Excuse me. Well, okay, so second thing I want to mention is the fact that you basically just jump right into the action. Like after that, you get a little quick cutscene with Scarecrow talking about how he's like, "Get out of Gotham" or whatever. This is your only warning, as we heard in the trailer, which is absolutely awesome. John Noble was the voice actor for Scarecrow, and he's done a great job so far. I love him. He's been just making the character come to life. So then you jump right into the action. Like it just pans over to the city, and you see Batman on a building, or it looks like a radio tower or something, and he's just up there, and he's looking down, and he has the Arkham City suit, which looks okay, but it doesn't look as good as this one, honestly. But the Arkham City suit looks pretty sweet. It's been changed a little bit since the actual Arkham City game. Um, but he's just standing over there looking at it, and you can see the bat signal in the sky, and it's from the GCPD, and you just glide over there, and immediately right there I was like, holy crap, this is a really large world. Like this world is huge. I knew what it was going to be this big, but it's just really cool to actually see that for yourself. Um, then you get a little discussion with Gordon, which is really cool. And I like that all the gameplay that I've played so far has just been stuff that we've seen in the trailers. So they've been good to make sure that they're not showing too much. That when they were announcing the game, they haven't announced or shown too much far into the story. Like all that I've done is stuff that's been in the trailers, and it all seems pretty close to the beginning of the story. Like I don't even think we've met all the characters yet. We haven't met Nightwing, but we have met Robin, and that was really cool. I love. It's just so cool. I feel like Rocksteady's just sort of teasing us within the plot because Batman's just like, Tim, I don't need you right now. Go be safe. And Tim's like, but I want to help, Bruce. So they're just teasing us. I can't wait to actually have him in the game and start playing with him. That'll be fun. Love to play as Robin and Nightwing. So let's also talk about the Batmobile. The Batmobile, I started driving it. Now, I'm not the best driver in video games like GTA. I'm horrendous at driving, but the Batmobile is really good. Like, I don't say I'm perfect. I still need some more time to get used to it. It's really good. I'll talk about that in a sec. But driving the thing is a tank. It doesn't care about hitting walls or anything. It'll just bust right through anything. It's just it's like the tumbler basically. It has the effects of the tumbler. Like it can even go on the roofs and has a winch that you can just use to get up onto the roof, which is pretty cool. But they shouldn't have shown that in the. I saw that in an Arkham videos thing at E3. They shouldn't have shown that because that kind of took away from the experience for me to find that out myself. And I'm sure I would have been much more happy and surprised that they didn't show that. But that's something else. The upgrade menu is different. You have I believe you go, yeah, you press select on the controller, and it brings up the map, the character bios and the Wayne Tech upgrades. And I think one other thing that I can't think of off the top of my head, but those are the main three: it's the map, Wayne Tech upgrades, and character bios. And they're all really cool. The map is especially interesting because wherever you are in Gotham, it'll just project that within the map. And not like a 2D map. This is like a 3D map where you can like rotate the map or like zoom in or like get it at an angle and you can see the building's heights like portrayed really well. So it gives you a real cool sense of like where you are, and it just lets you know how far or how big the city is, and it's really cool. Um, so you have that, and then the D-pad does a few things. One is up is detective mode instead of LB, which is annoying because I liked LB to be detective mode because I feel like that's a button that I'm gonna press a whole lot more often than I am gonna press up. And when you call up the Batmobile, it's like you call it up and then you spend a few minutes in it and then you leave. With detective mode, I like to be able to just do this, like turn it on, turn it off, instead of having to do this, which is a bit more annoying for me. Like, I don't know if I can change the controls to that, but like, I know that that was what Rocksteady's plan was because they want to make this thing so important, and it is. But the thing is that I just feel like that's like to reach to the D-pad is something like it must be a big deal to do, and it is. Or like the LB you want is quick access, I guess. So you just turn it on, turn it off instead of doing this and this. That's a little bit annoying. Just personal preference because I played the other Arkham games and it's always been set up that way. I still think that's the way to do it, but maybe I'll get used to it. I probably will, but I kind of wish it wasn't. But anyways, that's that. Down is the gadgets. You press down and then you have the wheel and then you have a little light and you highlight which gadget you want. That's really cool. Then right is missions, which is like you have the main missions with Scarecrow on the top, and then you have stuff with the firefighters, Enigma, Riddler, and there was like some sort of mutilated guy that's carving up faces and like other stuff. That might be Hush. Other people are sort of thinking Court of Owls. I'm sort of getting that vibe because I heard people also say Aaron Cash said that like it was um like some guy that was throwing mm, like throwing knives into people's wrists or whatever, and they were like being hung up like this or whatever. And that reminded me of Talon from the Court of Owls in New 52. So it might be him, and I do think that the Court of Owls will be in the game. I'm actually kind of hoping they are because they're pretty cool. They are cool villains that have been created recently, especially like this guy's a real new. He's only this year. Um, Arkham Knight. So we had that, and then the left one is the I'm trying to think. It's the challenges, so it highlights where all the challenges are on the map or whatever. Like, do you want to simulate these or whatever? So that's cool. And then I also want to talk about battle mode for Batmobile. The battle mode for the Batmobile handles like a dream. It's so good. Like, if you, I'll say this: if you're still getting used to the Batmobile controls in pursuit mode, and you are coming to a tight corner, just hold L. It's on PS4, it's L2, and on Xbox 360, it's LT. You hold down on that when you're going like to a corner, and it'll just transfer to battle mode real quick, and then you can just go back into pursuit mode real quick. So it's like going fast, slow down, go. So like it's a little easier, at least right now for me, instead of having to hold the brake. But I don't know. I got used to it. Just be sure to not fire around, or like, it's not essential. Whatever. I was just be sure not to fire around when you change the battle mode immediately, because then it might become bad. I've done that several times. Um, so that's really cool. Battle mode handles like a dream. It's so fun. I really do like the battle mode, like with fighting against the tanks. Like a lot of people feel like this is tacked on. Batman doesn't use guns, but think about like Batman doesn't use guns. Why is there a gun on the Batmobile? Like the Dark Knight. In the Dark Knight, he had guns and he had missiles, and in the comics, he's had them for plenty of times. Like people that are like casual viewers of Batman lore or whatever, they don't know that he actually uses some of this stuff within the comics. So it's true to the source material. Like he doesn't like to use hand to hand. He doesn't use guns in hand to hand combat. Um, but he does use some guns within the Batmobile. But he doesn't kill people. Okay, remember that. Batman doesn't kill. That's his rule. Um, So we have that. Combat is great. I love the new moves. You have the triple cape stun, and then you punch them midair. That's real cool. I love that upgrade. Then you pick them up off the ground as they're dazed, and then you just pick them up and then just start beating them again. That's real cool. There's like Batmobile takedown, so when you're near it and you're fighting enemies, you can just punch up, and the right suppressor will shoot them. Um, and then there might be some other stuff. The environmental takedowns, those are really cool. I like the one where you like takes the guy out with a lamp or with a light that just falls on him. That's cool. Um, then also I want to say this might be like the first thing that everyone thought of when they played it is the graphics. I have to say they are absolutely outstanding. They are so good. They're just so good. I did not like I. This is real good. I have never seen graphics this good, except for the Order 1886. These graphics are so damn perfected. It's just I love it. You have the rain effects, you have the shadows, the I don't know, the reflections of chrome and like the reflections of the neon lights on puddles. It's just so detailed and just so well put together. I love it. The graphics are really good. Good job, Rocksteady, for that. Then yeah, getting the grades. Okay. One little nitpick is the grates are not L or no R T or R2 and X or A, they're now that trigger, the right trigger, and the B or circle. You have to hold down those two instead of the other two with A and the trigger. So that's a little bit annoying. I'll probably get used to that much quicker than I will with the D-pad and detective mission or whatever. But it's just one thing I wanted to mention. Um, And there's two things that I kind of want to mention about the plot that really caught my attention. Maybe three things. I went to the GCPD, and you go into the back room and you see all this evidence from other villains like Bane, Joker. I'm not sure if Riddler's there, but there's a bunch of villains stuff there, and there's Deadshot, Killer Croc, and Mad Hatter, and some other people. But then, okay, I'm gonna give you a small disclaimer. Like, I'll put an annotation here to fast forward to the time that I stop talking about this, so you won't know. It's only a minor spoiler, but I thought I'd just make that known. Okay, here it goes. You see Talia's blade, like her sword, and Bruce just puts his hand up against the glass and he says, like, I'm sorry. And that actually hit me pretty emotionally, like, because she died at the end of Arkham City, or died. We don't know where the body was at the end, but she's probably dead. We might not know, but Bruce is like at the end of Arkham City in the Harley Quinn's Revenge. He was sad. Like a lot of times, Batman's just brooding over death. Like he can manage it. Nothing really phases him after his parents' death, but Talia's death hit him hard. Like he's like Harley Quinn's Revenge was mentioned several times that he's just not feeling well. He doesn't want to talk about it, but he's really sad about it because they, were a thing. Talia and Bruce were a thing, and she's gone. So there's a hole in his heart, and he's just sad about that. So I thought that was a real cool touch to mention that thing that happened in Arkham City, which her death by the Joker, and that was a real cool nod, and I really liked it. And it was something that you had to kind of look around a little bit for, but it was really good. Good job, Rocksteady. Okay, we're done with talking spoilers with that little thing. Then I'm going to talk about the Arkham Knight. When I went to Ace Chemicals, you overhear the Arkham Knight's like voice, even though it's modified. That thing was okay. His voice scared me. Like I was just like, "Ooh, this guy ain't around." Like he sounds real mad. Like I don't know why, but his voice modifier just sounded so terrifying. Like it was really cool. Like I'm gonna find out who you are, dude, and I want to understand what's going on here. Like his voice was really, really intimidating, I have to say, and I was really impressed. Like I heard it in the trailers a few times, but I didn't think it would be that terrifying. Like it was like, whoa, that's actually kind of pretty freaky. Not the most, but and Scarecrow also I want to say is that he has like the he's hacked into like some like TVs around the city and satellites and radios and whatnot on computer monitors and TVs. Excuse me. And he always is talking to Batman like through the TVs or through the computers or whatever, and he's like talking about him like, "You will fail, you are gonna die," or whatever. Like, I have already won. And he sometimes mentions stuff from the asylum too, which is gonna be really cool to find out, like what happened with him and Killer Croc. Some people are saying that his face was he just took off his entire face to like look like a scarecrow, which he kind of already did, but I don't know. That's really cool. I like how he jumps, like he kind of just gives little like voiceovers several times throughout the game that I've played so far, and that's really cool. I've also played the Harley Quinn story pack and the Red Hood story pack. Both of them are kind of short, so I hope that we get more of them within the game. Um, I think I heard that Red Hood is in the game a little bit more, and he interacts with Batman. I don't know for sure, but that's just what I've heard. And he's really cool. He's really fun to play as. Like I won't spoil what happens within those two things, but it's really cool. Um, and I can't wait to find out what happens with Nightwing. And oh, I want to mention this: Oracle's clock tower. That's really cool. I really liked it. You get to go inside the clock tower and you see Oracle come over there, and she's like, "Bruce, I hate lying to my dad that I didn't leave or whatnot." So there's real cool dynamic going on there. And then once we got two more things. Once we got the bat suit, like the real one, like this one, oh man, that was so cool. It just made my day. I was just like, yes, it's time to get serious. You guys might understand that reference. I don't watch that show, but you might understand it. It's so cool. I love the bat suit. Like you get so many more abilities. Like you can eject out of the Batmobile, which I thought you could do before. Which I was like, how do you do this? So then once we got that, we did it, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. There's that, and then immediately after that, we did a fear takedown, which I uploaded that. You might want to check that out. I just did my first 3 fear takedowns and uploads to YouTube. That was so fucking cool. I'm sorry for the cursing there, but that was so cool. I really, really loved doing that. Just taking out 3 guys real quick. That felt so cool to be Batman like that. And is there anything else? Lucius Fox is pretty cool. I liked what's going on with Gordon, and I'm interested to find out what happens next. Um, I don't know. That's what I've gathered. I spent a lot of time just looking around, did the Riddler racetracks. I'm sure I could talk a lot more, but that's just my general first impressions. Gameplay is great, story is great, visuals are great, so it's shaping up to pretty much be one of the best games of all time, and it already has exceeded my expectations. So, let me know what you guys all think. I just want to throw one other thing in here. It's prep for Arkham Knight. I drew this. Just a picture of Batman, or a drawing of Batman. I thought I mentioned that. And there's one of Nightwing, which I'm still working on. And then there's just the comics. This came with the collector's edition, which you can look at unboxing for that. So let me know what you guys all think about Batman Arkham Knight. What are your first impressions of it? How are you experiencing the game? Is it great? Is it not? If not, why not? But like, I feel like most people are like, this is the best game ever, and it certainly is for me. And I'm glad that I went to a midnight release for it. So leave a like, subscribe. That's the Kiddo 115 for you, and catch you guys later. Leave a comment below. Leave a like. Bye.